Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. This is the first official vlog or video of the year 2026. I hope you have had a wonderful and relaxing holidays. I am so excited to be back on here to film and share with you weekly video content on my YouTube. And with the regular uploading schedule, of course. Make sure to subscribe below if you haven't already. I will upload one video a week every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's do a quick little recap of my Christmas break leading up to the New Year. So I spent about a week in DC, Maryland area. That was one of the longest drive ever because we had to pick up family members from the airport. So I think we did spend a total of probably 8 to 9 hours in the car. We did take breaks in between, but again, from Brooklyn, New York, we had to go over to Staten Island, New Jersey, and then usually Philly is the area that's in between, and we like to kind of plan our trip around so that we could have lunch in Philly. On Christmas, we opened presents, cooked and had Sunday roast for dinner. I was only in charge of making the Yorkshire pudding, which was really nice because I've made it many times at home already. So it turned out delicious and I really loved that dinner, and that was probably one of my favorite meals that I had when I was there. I just spent most of my time hanging out with the kids. We did a lot of coloring. We put together a Lego-like house, and that was really fun to do with adults and kids together. And in between, we watched a lot of movies. I think we almost finished 7 episodes of Harry Potter. Then every night after the kids went to sleep, we watched Heated Rivalry and Stranger Things, kind of switched between the two whenever we felt like it. And then we did finish a movie. It's called One Battle After Another. And the day after Christmas, we went down to the zoo in DC to see the panda and went to church at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. I highly recommend going down to the crypt, which is the basement after Mass. Of course, if you're Catholic and you're Vietnamese, I highly recommend because there's a chapel of Our Lady Lavang. And I thought that church was really nice, and I really loved the minimal Christmas tree decoration. The weekend leading up to New Year's, it snowed in New York, so we wanted to avoid having to drive in the snow because a lot of people are not familiar or are not used to driving in the snow, so the roads could be dangerous. We decided to stay in DC for a little bit longer, so on Monday, which was December 29th, that was our last day in DC, we decided to go to the mall and somehow landed on Cheesecake Factory for dinner. That was our last meal together as a family, and it was really funny because I did mention about the fact that I've been seeing a lot of Cheesecake Factory video content on TikTok because people are like, oh, they didn't know that everything is made from scratch there, and I realized that I haven't been for a little bit over a decade now. Like now living in New York, it's such a rare occasion. We don't really go for big franchise chain places like this, so it was really fun. I thought the food was okay, but it's fun to switch things every once in a while, if that makes sense. On Tuesday, the day after, we decided to leave a little bit earlier, so we left Maryland at 8:30 a.m. Had a coffee stop in Baltimore, lunch in Philly, and then we decided to do a quick grocery stop in New Jersey at the 99 Ranch to stock up our pantry. So we didn't make it home after 4 p.m. Did have to pay some tolls through 2 bridges, one in New Jersey and one in New York. Yeah, it was so many hours sitting in the car, and I feel like these days my body cannot take it anymore, and I was so happy to make it home and sleep on my own bed. I don't know if you also read my newsletter. I shared that at the end of my Vlogmas, I started trying out a new cream. Didn't work out, so I had the skin flare up during the Christmas break. The entire week that I was there, it was so uncomfortable and it was so red, itchy and painful. I just want to be home so then I don't have to wear makeup. So of course with everyone that was there, I had to wear light makeup every day to cover the redness. So I was literally so uncomfortable, plus the fact that I literally just sat on the couch watching movies. I felt like I did gain some weight as well. So I've been trying my best to leave my skin heal. Nothing seems to really treat this problem area, so I'm trying to go see a dermatologist once this week is over. It's been really hard to try to book a doctor appointment because of the holiday break, obviously, and I feel like dermatologists, the people that have some decent reviews online. They all booked up until February or March. For New Year's Eve, some of my friends in New York decided to get together pretty last minute. I decided to stay in because of my pretty rough skin condition. I felt like I really wanted to catch up with sleep and let my skin heal. But we did go out earlier that day. We had late brunch at Miniature Tavern. It is a historic diner. It's a French diner in the West Village. Then we gave the new coffee shop called Buddy Buddy. I think they are based in Brussels and Paris. Just opened a new shop in the NoHo area. We tried the peanut butter latte and it was pretty good. Then we did some exchange at the Noah clothing shop in Soho. We just went home and watched the final episode of Stranger Things. I really didn't like how it ended. Like, I was waiting for the second ending because there was like probably an hour left of the show. I didn't really think that it's solved a lot of problems. Like, it was that easy to fight the monsters and it's whatever. Then we watched the countdown from YouTube from Times Square, even though we're not too far away from Times Square. To stand up and show you this really cute pajama that I just got in from 78 and Sunny, or shortened as C's. In case you don't know, I am working with them on a monthly basis to share, their clothing in video. So I either share their pieces on my TikTok or on my Instagram. So this is one of the pieces that I got. This matching pajama set. It's made from this really soft material. If you look closer, there are, champagne bottles, martini glasses, cocktail glasses, cute little bows, olives. Yeah, it's so soft and comfortable. And then comes with the matching pants with pockets and the drawstring in the front. Like, I used to never be a pajama girl, but lately I am for some reason. I don't wear this to sleep. When I go to sleep, I switch out to something short with like a tank top or something comfortable because I don't like having too much fabric on me when I sleep. But this is nice to wear lounging around the house, especially at this time of the year. So this is like so on theme. So I thought, it's like New Year's first video, so it feels appropriate. The plan today is that I'm going to live in this pajama. We'll hop on editing this video, the video that you're watching, and then we'll have hot pot for dinner. But that is it. I'm going to show you these beauty products that I got in after I got back from DC. Over the Christmas break, the founder emailed me and she wanted to send me something from the brand. I've never gotten PR from them before, but I've heard so many great things about their products because they are a clean beauty brand called OC. They are based in California. This is their newest body butter. It's called Undaria Algae Body Butter. This one is 6.7 ounces. It's a huge jar and I love the matte glass jar packaging. You open it up, there's so much product in here, and this is one of the thickest body butter body cream that I have, and I already started using it. It smells really fresh and light. It has a uplifting natural scent described as fresh, citrusy blend of grapefruit, lime, and cypress with sweet undertones of mango, mandarin, reminiscent of a beach vacation, and similar to their Undaria algae body oil. And again, the cream is so thick and spreadable. I'm looking forward to using this every day, especially now that I'm almost done with my other cream from Kiehl's. I have very dry skin and especially very ashy legs. So I appreciate any body products, especially in the winter. Chonjot sent me 2 of their newest body products from their newest body collection. These will be available to purchase on January the 7th. I already shared about these products on my newsletter. You can have a peek at their products now, but you won't be able to purchase not until January the 7th. So if you watch my videos, read my newsletter, you are the first to know. I was able to pick out 2 products from the collection, and I went with the body cream. I again love how big this jar is. It has the same size as the OC body butter, as you can see, and I love it. It's so satisfying when things just line up like that. I really love the blue color that they are doing with these new products as well. It has more of a whipped creamy texture or consistency. So I'm very excited to get started on this. I'm just gonna swatch a little bit onto this side of my hand. I don't think it has any scent, which I love. This is the second product that I picked out from the new Trieu body collection. It is a shower gel. It's got the same packaging as the other shower gel, which I also have, and I'm almost done with that bottle, so I'm very excited to get started on this. I really love the navy color packaging accent. It's such a cool design, and I have to look it up because I cannot tell what the scent smells like. It's got like definitely something citrusy, but very light, and I'm such a big fan of products that smell like this. It's got a light citrusy and floral blend of fragrance derived from orange, grapefruit, and lavender, and helichrysum. Trieu also included this really cool Cadence travel capsule, bottle, or jar. I'm not sure if this is a collab between Trieu, but yes, there's a logo at the top cap here, but it also comes with the labels. These little pieces with the magnet, and then you can basically label the bottle or jar that corresponds to the product that's inside. It's really cool. Snaps on top. I first saw these Cadence capsules from my cousin when she went to visit me last year, and she has a whole system, very fancy. But yeah, this is a really cool. I love this color. You can basically twist off the cap, and it's very well made. It's made from this really sturdy material, and it's very secure, and it's really cool. And I love that they, added this to this PR package, and I love functional travel things like this. So thank you, Trieu. Next, I want to show you how to put together hot pot, how I put together this dish to have at home for 2 people. I usually portion it out so that it lasts me at least 2 dinners, but it is a really fun activity to do it together with a group of friends, with your family. Okay, I'm going to explain and walk you through the steps, ingredients, to make hot pot like happen at home. I do this so often, all the time, so it's easy and fun for me, but again, it requires a lot of ingredients, so it's really up to you what you like. So again, you don't really have to have everything in order to have hot pot at home. So yeah, this is one of my favorite hot pot base broth. It's from the brand Little Sheep. It's got the numbing flavor. I really like this, and also Heidi Lau brand also makes really good hot pot base. And I love the tomato based one. I love this numbing one the most, I would say. I would highly recommend using chicken stock, or if you can home make your broth or your stock in advance, it's ideal because it adds so much to the flavor. But I've also tried the Japanese kombu seaweed with dry anchovy base. It works as well. To get started, basically, I would saute garlic and onion, and then I add in the broth, then I add in the soup base, and then I usually add in some dried chili and a little bit more of the peppercorn, slightly roasted on a pan, just to kind of add a little bit more of the numbing flavor to my broth, but you really don't have to. And yeah, if you don't have broth, pre-made broth like this, you can also use water. So besides the hot pot base, you will also need a variety of vegetables. I like a mixture of different kind of mushrooms. So here I have a twin pack mushrooms, just 2 different color of this mushroom. I got it from my local grocery store. I don't know what the name of these, but these could be the beach mushrooms. You can also do oyster mushroom, king mushrooms, any of your favorite kind of mushrooms. And then I have a little bit of these oyster mushroom left. I used a good portion of these for steak frites night yesterday. So this is what I have left. For other toppings, I like soft tofu, so I have a pack of this. Usually I would use half for tonight and then the other half for tomorrow. In the freezer, I have some leftover. These are fish ball with roe from previous hot pot night. And this is also another optional ingredient. These are the imitation crab sticks. You can just simply let them thaw out. I store this remaining amount in the freezer, and then you can just peel it off. As you can see, there's a plastic wrap. And then I have this small piece of frozen fish paste, but I used this to make udon last time, the one that has the swirly pattern. I'm going to use all of this for my hot pot toppings. I also really love fish cakes in my hot pot, so I got this pack. I've been slowly using it up and adding them to different dishes. So yeah, you can do the stick ones, or you can do these slices I'm gonna use maybe, yeah, half for tonight and half for tomorrow. This is the brand. And then the most important ingredient, I would say, is hot pot beef. This is a pack of beef chuck short rib boneless. I got these from 99 Ranch Market. I actually stopped by the one in Staten Island or New Jersey on the way back from DC back home to New York. I took advantage of, just making stop doing that long road trip so that we could get some groceries done, so that we could get like our body moving, while doing that long road trip. But yeah, hot pot beef is the most important. You can also do a variety of seafoods if you have. You can do shrimp, squids, any kind of protein that you like. And then other hot pot ingredients, I love to have a variety of different kind of vegetables for color difference and texture difference. I'm going to soak these vegetables so then they get perky and nice and clean. I'm going to show you what I have. Okay, I also like to have quail eggs, so I have a can of cooked quail eggs. So here's another secret for my hot pot broth. I always throw in a tomato or two if I have some around in my hot pot base, because it helps adding that slightly sour umami flavor to the broth. So yes, add in the tomato. And here's the variety of the vegetables that I have. This is tong ho. It's a chrysanthemum related plant. And then I have Napa cabbage. These are pea tips. These are really good stir-fried with garlic and beef. So if I don't happen to use up all of this vegetable, I can also do a quick stir-fry dish and eat it with rice. And then this is, I think these are called like Taiwanese spinach, but they are just the longer, more hardy spinach type. So right now I'm just sauteing half an onion and then some garlic. Currently roasting some peppercorn. And then here is the Little Sheep hot pot pack. Fermented black beans, the seasoning, dried red peppers, and then the oil pack. I'm going to open a little bit later. Once everything is nicely sauteed, slightly golden brown, I'm going to add in my pork bone broth. Okay, I ended up taking out the big container of broth because the other smaller ones are actually pho broth. You can still use pho broth, but I think it kind of interferes with flavor profile. This is pork base. So yeah, I'm gonna add in the toasted peppercorns just right into the broth. And then while we wait for this to melt, you can also go ahead and add in all of the hot pot ingredients. You most likely have to also add in a little bit more salt and fish sauce. Maybe a tiny bit of rock sugar to help balancing the flavor and everything, but you can do that at the very end. Oil. For carbs, you can do either rice, pho noodles, mung bean noodles, or any wheat-based noodles work as well. But I like eating this with rice because I think it really goes with this dish. So here I have a lot of mushrooms. I'm gonna give this a quick rinse. I thought I picked out enoki mushroom because I love enoki mushroom in my hot pot. So I think I did put it back. Here I have Napa cabbage and the Taiwanese spinach. For the leaf, you can also cut them bite-sized pieces. So for example, this is just a demonstration. It's really messy when you're doing it when it's wet like this. But basically just chop them this way so then they're a little bit smaller and easier to cook. Here are some other hot pot toppings that I talked about. This is just half of a pack of the soft tofu. So here I have quail eggs, imitation crab sticks, fish balls with egg rolls filling. These are rice cakes. And then I'm going to cut this piece at a diagonal, like this. I'm gonna do the same thing for the hot pot beef. These have been sitting out for a while, so they are so soft now. But usually you can also serve them frozen, so then they look rolled and nicer. I also have another smaller pack in the freezer, so today we're going to do a little bit more than half. For the vegetable, I highly recommend using any big platters or plates that you have. I have this oval one from Muchi, and then these are also great. You also don't have to display everything. You can also go back for seconds if anything runs out. Tong ho, if it's too long, you can also break them in half, or you can also serve them like this, and then before you throw the tong ho into the hot pot, you can also break it in half. You can also kind of separate them this way so then they look better. Okay. Going to transfer the tong ho onto the side just because we have some space. Okay, now I am going to taste the broth to see if it needs any more salt or seasoning. A tablespoon of Knorr chicken powder. About a tablespoon of fish sauce. So yeah, that is it for this week's video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe below, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment with suggestions, requests in terms of the content that you would like to see more of on my YouTube channel this year. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.